When I'm older, I want to be a mechanical engineer. You might be wondering, what exactly does a mechanical engineer do? Mechanical engineers do many things, including analyzing problems to see how a mechanical device might help solve that problem. They design and redesign mechanical devices, and they create blueprints so that the device can be built. They build prototypes of devices, and they test those prototypes, and they also analyze the test results and change the design as needed. If you're wondering why we might need those mechanical engineers to do things, they're very important to us because they produce things that we use on like a daily basis. They produce the fridges and the microwaves and the cars that we drive to work every day. Now that we've established the importance of a mechanical engineer in our lives, now we got to talk about some classes you got to take in high school if you want to become a mechanical engineer. You can take classes like Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Geometry, Statistics, Calculus 1, Calculus 2, but those are just math classes you can take. There's also science classes you can take, just like physical science, biology, applied biology, advanced physics, and even chemistry. It's not just about high school classes, am I right? You gotta take some college courses too. So, some of those classes you could take, you can take Calculus 1 and 2 in college, Calculus 3, physics, thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, heat transfer, intro to CAD, so you can start building things in and on the computer. You can take machine shop, design 1 and 2, basically any classes that are going to help you design and build things on a mathematical level. Talking about college, there's specific colleges I would love to apply for. There's UNCC, there's WCU, and NC State. At the top of my list, I would love to go to NC State. They have a wonderful program there for engineers, followed by UNCC and then WCU. Nowadays, with college being so expensive, you're definitely going to have to look into scholarships. There's 3 scholarships that I would like to look into that as I'm approaching my senior year of high school, because I'm not going to be able to pay for college outright, and these are the scholarships. At NC State, there's an engineering merit scholarship. At WCU, there's the Sigma Chi Kappa Gamma Freshman Scholarship, and at UNCC, there's the Albert Engineering Leadership Scholars Scholarship. After college, I'm definitely going to have to get a job, and 3 potential companies that I would like to work for would definitely be Averna. They build test systems to where you can test certain things, like say you put a car into a wind tunnel and you want to test the aerodynamics of that car. That would be really neat. I could go work for NASA, build space shuttles, or even Ford, where they build just cars that everybody drives on a daily basis. When I was given this project, I knew right away who I wanted to interview. His name is Louis Labrie. He works for an engineering company called Averna, which I've previously talked about, and he's pretty good friends with my mom because my mom is actually the business manager at that company. And I chose Louis because he's a pretty nice guy, and like I said, he's pretty good friends with my mom. And he makes things not too complicated when you want to talk to him, and he's just really nice, and he's really easy to talk to, which made for a perfect interview with him. During the interview, I asked Lewis 4 pretty simple questions that he gave me like just awesome answers to. I wasn't even expecting to get great answers like this, but here goes the interview. For my first question, I asked him, what are some everyday duties that you have around your office? And he told me he solves problems, he talks to customers about what they might need a test system for, he does software changes, 3D modeling, and even electrical layouts. And for my second question, I asked him what math courses did he take in college? And he told me he took Calculus 1, Calculus 2, Static Dynamics, some electrical classes, Physics, and Trig. For my third question, I asked him what level of education would be necessary for me to be qualified for his job, and he told me he only had a 2-year degree, but in most cases, you're going to need a 4-year degree to get a job like his. And then my fourth question, I asked him how do you use math on a daily basis? And he tells me he does logic-based systems, kinematics, and software programming. After my interview with Lewis, I asked him to give me a sample problem of maybe how he uses math on a daily basis, and he actually asked me what math class I was currently in, and I told him pre-calculus, and he came back with a problem that was law of sines, and I was just really shocked about how he's still using math skills that I'm learning in high school at the moment, and it was just shocking. To conclude my project, I wanted to get a couple pictures of just the shop and of the guys working, and I actually got some awesome pictures. I got pictures of the guys working, and I also got a picture of a workstation of one of the engineers, and it was a whole bunch of monitors side by side just so they could view one of the blueprints that they have drawn. So I hope you like my project. It certainly took me a long time with all the research, and I actually loved learning about all this stuff. It was just mind-blowing, and I certainly want to pursue mechanical engineering as an idea for my future career.